So thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. My name's Mitch, and this is
Josh Ashworth. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming all this way from Douglasville, you said?
Yeah, around that,
Georgia?
like 20 minutes out from that, yeah.
Okay.
Like Billerica. Yeah.
And you said you're from originally where?
I am from Billerica. Actually, I've been here all my life.
Okay,
All my
got
life.
it. Have you lived anywhere else? Or anything?
No, man. I've
Nice.
been here my entire life, and, it's a nice state. Nice city, of course. A lot of traffic, but,
Yeah.
I like it, man.
It's nice
Thank
here,
you.
for sure. Okay. And the title of your upcoming project is?
It's a Throggan Evolved. So basically, it's a sci-fi animated movie that, it's about this planet. It's called Throggan. It has like different colonies and such, and like different elements and stuff that make up the colony and how it's created, how they handle things on that planet. They have this material called psychoreliefs. So basically, it's this material that adapts to anything that it touches, or just anything that is good with its environment, or just like their power systems or weapons or vehicles, just anything like that. And
It's like an energy source.
yeah. So there's this main character. His name's Maximilian Amadeus, but I just call him like Max for short. But he's raised as like this kid, like when he's growing up and everything. Like he was just trying to fit in, and just he had people who would bully him for that, just like not seeing who he is as he is, and just trying to make fun of him. There's this whole redemption arc with him. Like he goes from like this selfish guy as like an adult to like a guy that he's having these friends that make him like a better person. And like with that story, like I felt like it was kind of like relatable to me as a person, because as a kid I wasn't really accepted for who I was, because I was kind of a nerdy kid, and just people didn't really like that about me. And just I think that the more I've matured, like over each of my life, it's just like you can be weird, man. You can be weird and just really express yourself. And
It's true.
but other than that, like it's about like, so the villain and his like henchmen have like this like task to like to steal this product, this material that really powers things, and just he wants to use that as his own and use that for his empire to go against, like, of course, like the up and coming hero Max and like his friend Jackson Jones, where like they don't start off on the right foot. Like they're kind of like enemies turned into friends, kind of sort of. And then there's this other character named Anastasia. She comes from like a distant town that's it's far from the town that he's grew up in, but like like they kind of develop something that is just a great relationship. But yeah, that's where I'm going with this, and just making a whole world for this, and just my whole aspect is just world building and lore and just all that.
Got it. So two quick questions. One,
Yes,
just to confirm, it's animated, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so fully animated. And two, it seems like you have everything mostly laid out. Where are you in the actual development life cycle of it? Are you pretty much everything sketched out? Are you still fleshing some characters out, storylines, or are you full gas ahead with everything? Where are you at right now?
So with how it is right now in the process, I would say that it's in the development stage. Just getting my crew together. Against, like, I have the full storyline like right now and everything. I am focusing on the script right now. I got like quite a bit of script done right now. My aiming is like an hour and a half, like around that range.
Okay, so full feature.
Yeah, full feature.
And that's your first full feature.
Yeah, full first feature. It's been a ride, honestly, because I've been doing this for like 3 months now.
3 months is not very long. That's quite far for 3 months.
Still though, as it is right now, like I'm still like in the development process, not really necessarily officially in pre-production.
Okay.
But just the crew together, getting just talking to people that I know, because the main actor that I know, I've known him for like a year or two now. I just started like to rekindle with him, and like we just worked on a project recently, and another project that he was the main star in.
Okay.
He's a good guy. Shout out to Michael. He's a pretty cool guy. I see a lot of potential in him, and I just think that he'll play this character very well.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask. You kind of already mentioned how you haven't mentioned how you met him, but you said you've known him for a year and a half or something. Where did you meet him, and how are you gathering the rest of the crew? Is it just mutual connections in the industry? Is it your personal friends online? How are you gathering everyone?
So with it's been ranging from mutual connections to people that I posted like on Backstage or like Mandy Network, which those have been very helpful.
And what are those? Those are
so it's like job posting networks, but for film.
Okay, got it.
And so with the whole thing with Michael, it's just I met him at Georgia Film Academy, which that's like right near Trilla Studios down in Fayetteville.
Okay.
So I met him there through an introductory class. We kind of like really hit it off because like we had like certain chemistry and stuff. He's a really cool guy. He's funny. So I didn't start talking to him again recently until like a few months ago. It was just like, hey man, like you want to be a part of this project? Like I'm thinking of. He's like yeah man, like I'm interested, and just he had hit me back like shortly after that. He's like, hey man, like you want to work on this like film that I've been film that I'm doing like in the main star, and it was called Cocaine. It was a pretty great great process. Good director. Just getting to know who Michael is now as a person. Like he's a great guy. Like I've been updating him with like stuff that's been going on with the film industry, or my process, and just really just keeping tabs with him on that.
Could you talk a little bit briefly on when I came to Atlanta, I didn't realize how much of a film spot it really is, and I didn't mention this, but how we met was at the Atlanta Film Festival for a screening of Weapons. Josh Brolin was there. And yeah, it's just such a big...
You had a great question. You had a great question for him.
Thank you, yeah. I was fortunate to ask a Q&A question. And, yeah, it's just such a big film community. Either people who are just into films, people who are working on films. Obviously, Marvel was here and everything, and...
that's what kicked it off, dude.
Yeah, exactly,
That's what kicked it off.
Other big production companies, the big piece that says filmed in Georgia. What's your experience been with the quote-unquote film community? Either specific examples or broadly what you think of it. Obviously, the other big ones in the country, New York and LA. But a lot of people don't know that Atlanta's like such a big hub. So, what's your experience been?
So, growing up and everything, I wasn't like too into like film as I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say with Atlanta and how it's truly like changed film itself. It's created a new landscape for film, and just making it really stand out to other people. That's why, like, of course, like when it comes to taxes here and everything, that's a huge thing here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kicked it off too, and just it's I've been to spots that they have filmed in and stuff, or just like going to Trilla Studios where that's where they like mainly filmed at, and just walking around there, just seeing the campus they have there. Obviously, it would be awesome to work there and just have a film there, but when it comes to like just how it is in Atlanta, you see people filming, you see famous people, a lot more famous people than you'd see back in the day. Of course, like I'm only 21 years old, but like I've seen like certain stuff around here. You're just like, oh my gosh, they're filming, or like you see like Superman Man of Tomorrow is filming right now in Sandy Springs.
Did you see them filming?
Yeah. Well, like like on my feed, or like just like wow, like that's crazy, man. It's like Superman that was filmed in Trilla Studios, and just how they use their stages to make something come to life, and just really that's truly inspiring to me, because it just tells me this is just a great place to film, like, and it's just such a corner spot to film, like in the East, and just like of course like in New York, but like also like Atlanta and just Georgia in general has really become a pinnacle of the film industry itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, probably once every 2 to 3 months, I'll walk past people filming on a movie set just randomly.
It's crazy.
There's like some coffee shops walking distance, probably an 8-minute walk outside of my place over here.
Yeah.
And I saw people filming there.
Really?
Outside of a coffee shop.
Wow.
8-minute walk. And definitely. I mean, very often I'll get in an Uber or something, and the Uber driver will say that, oh, I just started out in the film and everything. There's so many.
So local. It's so local, and just the community here is so great.
Yeah.
That it just makes it makes it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a lot of like different people from here that are just they have such an eye for film, and just that in general is just really intriguing me.
For sure, for sure. And I guess coming back to your film, so you mentioned you're 21. It's been about a few months, 3 months that you started out doing this. I guess 2 quick logistical questions. You're gathering the people who are going to be working on this.
Yeah.
Location-wise, where are you going to get all this done? Are you just going to be working with everybody remotely? Are you guys all going to gather?
So,
and the other thing is budget. Like, how are you going to getting budget for it? So yeah.
So what the thing is with like producers and stuff, since it's like going to be animated, I definitely do think that it's going to be more, obviously more remote work than it is like being here. But also it would be nice to have like at least one of them or something like that, like an exec to be here, to go through the process like on set.
Yeah.
In terms of like budgeting and everything, there's this guy that's on the crew. He works for a production company in New York, and just like see like they fund like different indie films or different feature films and short films.
Yeah.
Just hopefully like getting enough funding for this. We have suggested, we have talked about doing like a short film kind of sneak peek kind of version of it, so it gets more funding. Put that to different film festivals like Atlanta Film Festival,
Atlanta Horror Film Festival. I've been to. There's so many. There's a crazy amount.
Sundance too.
Sundance,
South by Southwest. Just stuff like that. That's what we're thinking right now with the short film thing. We could also like if it obviously gets enough funding, we'll do the feature film, but also give people a feel of what it's going to be like to do this, and to make a slight taste of what is to come. But yeah, man, like it's been fun. It's getting out of my comfort zone because I'm not the social kind of guy.
Yeah. Has it been not only funding but socially everything? Has it been like scary and difficult at all?
Mostly socially, it's been very scary for me because I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people that I'm going out of my way to talk to people. I'm hosting like interviews and like typically like I'm always on the receiving end of that.
Right.
And that's just how it is, and just getting able to talk to new people every day, or like just like here and there, it's very nice, and just getting to see their vision with it, see how they feel about it.
Is it even though it's a little nerve-wracking, do you enjoy it, or is it something that you feel like you have to do? And
definitely, I definitely enjoy it.
Okay.
I have found joy in just like filmmaking itself, like the whole process and the whole set and everything, and just being able to be behind the scenes and everything. It's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I've worked with people that have been very, very nice to me, very collaborative and team, like a lot of teamwork, and that's what I want on my film set. It's just I want people that are willing to work with me and willing to be part of something that, obviously, since it's animated, committed.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I guess drilling into that a little more, I want to know more about your, if we can talk about your inspirations. You mentioned originally as a kid you weren't very even into film that much.
Yeah.
And then you got into it. So what are the biggest overall lifetime inspirations? And then more specifically for this project, what are your biggest inspirations?
So when it comes to this, so obviously I was a big Star Wars fan, Star Wars fan as a kid.
Too.
My dad would always he'd always put on Star Wars all the time, because it's just that was our thing. It's just like we'd watch Star Wars all the time, have a marathon of it.
Prequels too?
Yeah, prequels and sequels. Just being able to do that, and just that's like a big motive for me when it comes to like stuff like this, sci-fi in general. Sci-fi has always been it's always made a big impact on me. Just like what I think about like philosophically, or just on a better scale. There's also Dune. Dune is really, Dune is like the main, kind of one of the main inspirations of this world, and just obviously different,
right? Because
different
spice.
aspects, different aspects. Spice and the psychorealist are two different things.
Yeah.
The psychorealist does not give like visions and all that, or just like what is to come. It's just more of the power source kind of scale.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And just being able to have those inspirations, and also like Star Wars inspirations, just sci-fi inspirations in general. I just want to make this like a big world, a big vast world that you can just explore, just like you feel immersed. That's like one of the biggest things when it comes to me, world building, just like scaling and everything, and just like different characters, just how they are, and just that's what's most important to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sci-fi has always been one of my favorites as well. You mentioned sci-fi in the context of like Star Wars or Dune or like space, very grand sci-fi.
Yeah.
Have you been influenced by any other types of sci-fi? Like, for example, I don't know if you're a gamer or like horror sci-fi or anything like that, or whatever. Like, any games that have inspired you?
I want to, well, like, it's more so with me, like, I would say movies kind of aspect, but also video games aspect when it comes to world building. I definitely think that video games play a big part of that.
Yep.
Have you played like Death Stranding or Death Stranding 2?
I got into Death Stranding a little bit, but I never finished it. Yeah.
So, obviously, thinking about, how big the world like Death Stranding is, or like just in general when it comes to like, I really like, a lot of people like talk smack about like world building games, or sorry, open world games, because there's not so much to do in this open world. It's like, I have a certain like, I find it fascinating, just like, seeing like the different kinds of worlds that people create and just really go beyond that. That's when it comes to that, definitely like those type of like open world games. I love open world games, sandbox games.
Me too.
Obviously a lot of storytelling games. I love those. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I think that's a good aspect of like world building and everything, and just how they do it. When it comes to like, I've had like director inspiration. Like, I think the reason that I went into film is because I. It's gonna sound like cliche, or
no.
Because there was like, oh my gosh, like it's Christopher Nolan. It's like, he was like a big factor in like me getting into filming, because his process and his like the way his technique is just so practical, and it's just that's what stood out to me. It's just like, obviously like VFX here and there, but like also like I love his like practical technique.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So, considering that, what is your like process? So, for world building or plot or whatever, anything that has to do with imagination, do you lock yourself in a room and just write? Do you go to a park? How do you spread it out? How do you really get it going without getting blocked, like writer's block or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, how do you produce?
Well, it's like I've been telling people, it's just like, if you have feedback, obviously like my story and everything, my plot, but it's just like, I'm open to feedback. I'm open to like, if it's negative or it's positive, I'm open to feedback. I definitely do think that's definitely a big thing when it comes to stuff like this, and just having feedback from everybody and what they think. I think for me, when it comes to like writing stuff, I'll be staying up until, ask my fiance, like I stay up until like 1 or 2 in the morning just writing, just thinking of things that really come to life. I think it's more so on a scale of, even watching like other movies too, like seeing how they like carry on their sci-fi story and all that. Well, yeah, man, that's kind of it. Like, just really brainstorming on top of things, and just writing stuff down. When it comes to like world building, I would say that I just have wrote stuff that's just writing it down in my notes or something like that.
Yeah. Hey man, thank you. No, absolutely. Yeah. I would say, is this you're kind of building up to it right now, but is this your dream project, or is there something down the line that, if you can prove yourself, if you get funding, etc., that is like your dream project, or is this the main thing for now?
So this is the main thing for now. So when it comes to like, I'm thinking like the bigger picture when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm being humble. Like, when I say this, like, I would potentially like want a sequel, or like just want a trilogy, something like this. I'm thinking like the bigger picture. I've already thought like of different endings of like like this movie and the sequel and like third movie, how it's all gonna like really come out to be. Just being able to think like the bigger picture and just, but also being humble about it.
Yeah, you haven't mentioned any other animated inspiration. So why did you choose animated now this time?
Well, so okay, obviously I think the biggest like animation inspiration to me has to be the Spider-Verse, dude. Like Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. Those are like game changers for me, man. Like
really?
Those, yeah. I definitely do think like in the animation aspect that it has changed like the animation industry like forever, because like before like people weren't going out of their way to make animation as is like with like the Spider-Verse or just like just going out
You're
of...
saying people didn't take it seriously?
Yeah. Like, or the same animation style.
Yeah.
And I truly think that those movies really have changed the industry, like, like for the long run.
Yeah.
And just, I think that too, and like, also like when it comes, because there's gonna be CGI in this. I was thinking like Avatar, like the Avatar movies really played a factor in that for me.
Yeah.
Just like having like how the world is and how the world building is in that, and just like how the CGI is in that, because it's just gorgeous.
Yeah. I remember watching a video about that, and like the one character, when he was clicking the pen, you could see the veins. Like,
dude.
When the muscles contract or whatever.
It's so like animation in general. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's like animator is like, from what I hear, I'm not like in the industry or whatever, but it's like a thankless job, and they are way underappreciated.
Yeah.
Because it's just
they
so
don't get paid enough for what they're worth,
And it's like when you do a really bad job, people notice. Like, for example, I mean, not to be controversial, but like the last season of Invincible, everyone is complaining about it. Compared to a really well done animation, for example, people may not even notice because it just blends together and you just go. But yeah, no, I'm definitely admire animators for sure.
Personally, like Invincible, like I don't really see too big problems.
I don't either. I don't really care. Like,
there's
I notice
just a lot of people that
said.
complain about it. It's just because they want to complain.
Yeah, so that's with everything.
Invincible is a great show, but the fan base is so terrible.
Yeah.
But I definitely just have. I think that you can just create like so many possibilities and so many things when it comes to animation that just makes the industry stand out even more.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my whole thing with it. Just I've always really liked animation. And just I grew up watching animated films like Cars and stuff and all that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite style of animation? And I don't know if you want to share it yet, but what style of animation this
No, I'll go ahead and say it's gonna be. I was thinking like 3D style.
Okay.
I definitely do think it would be better to make this 3D instead of 2D, because it's just 3D. There's so many possibilities that you can make with 3D, and just that's where I'm getting at.
Very nice. Cool. Wow. And did you go to school at all for any of this, or is this all self-taught and everything?
So, I mean, I spent a little time at GFA, Georgia Film Academy.
Right.
I went to University of West Georgia for a little bit before things got hard, but just I've taught myself like over the years or something like that, or just taught myself kind of like recently of just how things should be.
Yeah.
But also I think Georgia Film Academy did teach me some stuff that like is crucial to being in film. And just I'm definitely learning as I'm going. It can be confusing at times, but also like it's not too bad.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do like it.
There's been a huge influx of I don't know how to phrase this, but like self-made, self-produced, or just like a lot of like YouTubers, for example, or even other people, but like Iron Lung, Raka Raka with Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, and then Chris Duckman with Shelby Oaks. So that's 3 right off the bat. I think there's some other stuff upcoming.
Backrooms, Obsession.
Yes. Yeah.
Both of them were YouTubers, Kane and Curry.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, so even more examples. Exactly. Yeah. So I think there's so much potential now with that. Like, all of those budgets were quite small.
Yeah.
But they were widespread releases in theaters.
Exactly.
So it's really, really interesting. Have you noticed any other trends in the industry? I have one, particularly with horror movies. I'll bring up in a second. But is there anything that bothers you or that you think is good? Obviously, we don't have to talk about AI or anything like that, unless you want to. But
that's like my big.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. I hate AI.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you like a purist? Like no AI ever?
Yeah, no AI.
Mm.
It's just it rots the industry as is, and it just creates this like soulless like behavior that really just you should not have in film. If there's not human like creativity and writing behind a film, it's not good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How do you think that'll look in the future? Because production companies are going to try it no matter what. They're going to try it. Do you think there's going to be like warning labels, or do you think that eventually it'll collapse, or what do you think?
I think hopefully eventually collapse. I think when it comes to like how it's going to change the industry, I think they're going to have to like start putting like at the start of film like no AI used. Yeah. Which it sucks that people have to use that, but it's necessary so that people know like, hey, like there's not AI use.
I've seen that already at the one of the film festivals I was at. It's some of the shorts had that. It was really, really interesting.
Yeah, and just like again with the Oscars too, they just banned AI from
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they just banned it.
Wait, so if a movie uses any at all, they can't. Interesting, because for example, The Brutalist.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. They used AI like with
the voice accent. The accent.
Yeah, with the accent.
I don't remember. Did that disqualify them or?
No.
So did they win?
Yeah, they've won.
Okay, so they won, but now until further notice.
It's just like they should have done it a while ago, dude. It's just like you shouldn't.
I see.
You shouldn't do that. It's just
that
whole. I didn't watch that movie. It's entirely long. I can't obviously. If it's worthwhile, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously, like the Batman Part 1. Like I've watched all 3 hours of that. Or just like Avengers. Like obviously, I mean it's different because it's like it's heroes. It's just supposed to, like I think I can't watch like something that's like 3 to 4 hours long. Yeah. But like obviously the Lord of the Rings. I have not watched the Lord of the Rings, but
it's a
I
big
do want to
investment.
watch those.
Okay, I want to ask about movie theaters. Before that, just really quick, the trend I was going to mention about horror movies, I don't know if you've noticed this, but every horror movie made since like the last 5 or 6, 7-ish years like that has, like every horror movie has just been about a cult behind it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Every single one. I'm not even going to list it. I'll put a list on the screen. And then, I'll edit that in because I'm not going to do it justice. But I can probably, if I took a minute, I could list like 10 movies made in the last 5 years. I don't know if you noticed that,
but well, maybe, but also like I've seen like horror that's really I think evolved. Like last year with Sinners. Yeah. Sinners truly was impeccable, dude. Like I admire the whole. Like storytelling, the cinematography. Like I'm a big guy on like cinematography. I love cinematography. I think if you don't have good cinematography, then it doesn't make a good film. Okay, so 2 quick questions. One is, what do you think about movie theaters? Are they going to stick around for indefinitely? And 2, I'll save it actually. First answer that. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that there's no better experience when it comes to movies than watching it in a theater. Yeah. And
they've gotten pretty popular back up again. So,
yes. I definitely do think that no, I don't think any movie experience can replace seeing it in theaters. Like, of course, like, obviously with the whole thing with like Netflix and all that, I think when it comes to that, I think that you should see it in theaters rather than watching it at home.
You don't think watching it on an iPhone on the train is enough?
You can. Like, if it's like, I'm talking about like movies that are like in theaters, like now, like in theaters or like gonna be in theaters. Like, you shouldn't wait for it to be on a streaming service 4 to 5 months later. And just, I definitely do think it's better to see a movie in theaters than like at home.
You ever see the David Lynch thing?
No.
Okay, he there's an interview where he gets really mad because I think the interviewer asks him about watching movies on your phone. Yeah. And he gets really, really mad. It's very funny.
It's a joke. It's just the most sickening horrifying joke. And this world is so troubled. And it's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
Rest in peace. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I hope they do stick around, because I love going to the movies. The other thing I was going to ask is, you mentioned Netflix and cinematography and blah, blah, blah. In a sense, like, what do you think about how people complain nowadays about the Netflix filter and cinematography looking so ugly, and there's no color in film anymore, and everyone is, like, making movies look so bland and flat.
Yeah.
And like, the lens always looks the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with them, because just, like, you shouldn't have, like, your movie is supposed to feel vibrant. It's not real.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you can make it look real, but not, like, too realistic.
I think it just depends what you're trying to do. If
it depends
fits,
on what you're trying to film.
Yeah.
Like, but, Project Hail Mary that just came out, I definitely do think that you want movies to look like that. Obviously, it's a space film, which is, like, obviously, I think if you have, like, more vibrancy in film, you're gonna get a wider fan base.
Yeah.
And wider audience, like the whole Netflix lighting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could be good writing, but also it could be bad lighting.
Yeah.
And I think that nowadays it feels dull with lighting, and I like the whole premise of this, like, film for me when it comes to animating and lighting and all that. I don't want it to be dull. I want it to be vibrant. I want it to feel like you can feel the colors and all that. Just want that vibrancy of those colors to really come to life. And I definitely do think it's better to do it vibrantly instead of it doing, like, realistically and dull.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even in, like, we're talking about vibrant because we want movies to pop and they take us to another world, but, like, even before, like, depressing scenes or movies would have, like, a harsh blue filter or something, but now it's just across the board. I mean, this is a huge generalization, but I've noticed that it's a lot flatter of a curve. Yeah, I don't know.
It just destroys, like, the purpose of what the film is. Like, you can have that dull lighting for, like, sad moments or something like that, but I don't want that to be the entire premise.
No, I mean, The Boys is about to end, and I was watching it last night with some friends, and
The Boys?
Yeah.
Dude, like, I just watched it today.
No spoilers, by the way. Yeah.
The writing has gotten, like, bad.
I know. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, if you watch the first 2 seasons, there's a really harsh blue filter that makes it feel like a
it's
mix
completely
of, like,
different
gritty
from
and,
how it is then and how it is now.
It's like a weird depressing, like,
it's bad
lighting. But now it's caught up with the rest of it.
I like The Boys, but like, season 5 has been, like, it's been kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Well, we have 1 episode left of The Boys, so we'll see. Did you get the 4D tickets?
No.
Okay.
No,
I did do that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I want to see what that's going to be like.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've done 4D once in my life ever, so I'm excited for that.
The one time I did it was, like, for a Lego movie I saw as a kid.
It was cool?
Yeah, it was cool, but it was like, oh my god.
Can you believe I'm getting 2 deliveries?
Oh my gosh. Or?
In one.
You might?
No, maybe not.
No?
Alright, well. But yeah, no, definitely. Okay, I think very briefly before we wrap up, I want to get back to your project. So, anything else you want to talk about? Oh, okay. Actually, one thing before I go to you for any remarks is the score. What are you going to do about the score? I think that's one of the most important aspects of it. You have plans for that?
So I do have this girl that I've known her over a few years, like, through, like, Twitter group chats or whatever. But she does, like, composing work. She has worked with video games. I don't know if you've probably heard of this. like she's done work for like Horizon Forbidden West,
Yeah.
and Outer Worlds.
Very cool. Very nice.
I've taken a look at her music, and it's good.
Mhm.
It's good. I definitely do think it would be like on the kind of like just I'm thinking like Dune, but also not like too into Dune,
Yeah.
that it's like the exact same copy,
Yeah.
but also just like on a scale with that, like synthesizing or just like stuff with that, it just really creates the atmosphere for it.
Mhm. Are you thinking more? You said less synth, maybe more.
No, like more synth.
Oh,
like,
more synth.
Yeah,
Okay.
synth work here and there, but
Yeah.
also just instruments and just
Okay.
that such.
Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah. I think, again, like, the score can make a movie. I recently watched, for the first time, a movie called The Signal. And it was outstanding on its own, but the score was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've listened to the score, like, for dozens and dozens of hours over the last few months, and they were...
I can't stop listening to the Dune, like, Part 2
Yeah.
score. That has done a number on me, dude. It's just...
Do you have any other scores you like?
Well, Dune Part 2, obviously, everybody's gonna call it overrated, Interstellar,
Mhm.
just Hans Zimmer's, Ludwig,
I don't think that Interstellar is overrated. I think it's popular, but it's not overrated.
yeah,
You know?
there's a lot of people that think it's, like, overrated or, like, it shouldn't be talked,
No,
like,
no.
a lot as is,
Yeah.
and I, like, definitely, like, disagree, because it's just, it's one of those things where it's, like, every single song is just so monumental.
It is, yeah.
And it's just important to the story. Just really having that in a movie like that, it really makes an impact on someone.
For sure. I mean, some I can think of is like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes.
Really
that's a
good,
one too.
great soundtrack. Past Lives has a really good soundtrack with Daniel Rosen, who from Grizzly Bear, and then what else? Obviously, yeah, I agree with Interstellar. Blade Runner, one of the most famous soundtracks. Yeah, like there's just so many good ones. Yeah. Anyway, for sure.
Yeah, I've always said like if fantasization, like I've always been fantasized about like scores and just how pivotal of a part they play in movies and just it really brings something to life. I mean, obviously I've seen people do like films without a score, like not Warfare. Yeah, it was Warfare. They didn't have a score for that at all.
It kind of makes sense. The sound design in that was unbelievable. Like the punchiness of the gunfire in the theater was unbelievable. Like I needed hearing protection. It was crazy. But yeah. Anyway, okay. So, and you have anything else you want to before I do closing? Anything before or about your project right now that you want people to know about? And anything you're looking forward to about it? Anything else you want people to know? Whatever,
I think that you should, like, me speaking from like my perspective, I think you should be excited about this because it's something that I've thought of, like, obviously like it was on the whim, but like just my love for sci-fi that's really gave it that spark that it needs, and just I grew up on sci-fi. I grew up on what it means to be a sci-fi fan, and just obviously there's gonna be like battles, there's gonna be like grief, there's gonna be love, there's gonna be friendship. I think there's gonna be laughter, and I just really think that those are very important things that you want in a movie in general.
Yeah. Did you watch the Sci-Fi Channel growing up or no?
No, I didn't.
It's a good channel. Anyway, and then okay, how do you? What would you say to young filmmakers? You're 21, so that's extremely young, but even younger ones that are scared to nosedive into it and then are thinking maybe I should take a more practical career out or whatever. What would you say to them? Obviously, you haven't played your cards yet.
Yeah.
We'll see how your career goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll be a billionaire by the end of the year. But what would you say to those people? How did you get past any fear that you might have had?
Be confident in your work.
Yeah.
Be confident, because before this, I was just like very worried about people make fun of it and all that, or they're gonna think I'm just this guy who doesn't want to doesn't have a lot of confidence, or just but it's also just be confident in your work. Be confident. If you think it, write it out. If you have aspirations or inspirations, go for it. If you have dreams, go for it. Because it's just you never know what it could amount to. You never know. You can't predict your own future.
Yeah.
And it's just when I was pitching this to my fiance, my dad, even though it's just it's just obviously I love my fiance, my dad, but my fiance's not into sci-fi too much.
Yeah.
Just but when she told me when she read this, she was I felt intrigued the entire time, and just that was
it's good.
That's a big thing for me because it's really telling how it can be to a person who doesn't watch sci-fi too much or just at all, and just with my dad too. It's great hearing from him because we'd just watch it all the time as when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And just I think having that really pushed me forward, and just my fiance pushes me forward to do this a lot, and I just really appreciate it. And just she's been a major help to me, and keeping me on edge, or not on edge, but keep me confident in my work. And
no, it's very good to have support, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's good that you're having feedback that someone who's not that into sci-fi is enjoying it,
Yeah.
because the vast majority of people who go to a comedy movie isn't a comedy fanatic. They're not a horror nerd if they go to a horror movie. Most people who are buying tickets to see stuff are not specialized in that thing, so that's really good feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Any other points? Anything you want to shout out? Your letterbox, your Instagram, your social media. Whatever you want to go. Let it rip for the next minute. And whatever you want to.
I just want to say thank you to thank you to the people who have really seen something in me that I really see potential myself, and just having people that are obviously that give me honest feedback. It just that's what's important to me. Just the producers that I've been working with have been really helpful with me, and just understanding this on a scale, and just the DP as well. He's got a great guy. He's based all the way in LA, but he's such a great guy, and I think he definitely has a knack for cinematography this would come to be. And just I think the people that I've talked to and just been able to talk to have been really helpful with me, very had a lot of teamwork with me, just being able to have that collaborative aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. Thanks again, Josh, for coming. It's been a great time, and I wish you all the best on your project, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Heck yeah, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.